say Kevyn Adams, that's 3. It's a hat trick, 3-0.
My dad for making the video. I didn't know I had one of those. Nice to see. I have to tell you a funny story. I got an email from a friend that I grew up with last summer. He was a very good athlete. He was a very good high school football player. Then went to play Division I. Was drafted in the NFL, and he got inducted into the Clarence Hall of Fame. And then in the summer, he got inducted into his Holy Cross, where he played college football, into the Hall of Fame there. So he sent an email to me and all his buddies, our buddies, I guess, and it just said, his nickname is Rock, just said Rock 2, Adams 0. And he just put HOF next to it. So I thought about it for a couple minutes, and I wrote back, Adams 1 Stanley Cup, all you chumps 0. So ended it. The season ended and we were in first place. We started the playoffs as a high seed. At home, we lose the first 2 games right away. We're down 0-2. The Montreal Canadiens. We have to go back for Game 3 in Montreal. And it's the toughest building in the league. I mean, this is 21,000 screaming Frenchmen. It's strange. It's tough. Right? It's tough. Our number 1 goalie, a veteran, had the flu, lost 10 pounds. We lose games 1 and 2, and Peter Laviolette makes an extremely gutsy decision. He goes with a kid, a 21-year-old goaltender, Cam Ward, a rookie. And I remember talking to him the night before the game and trying to calm him down. And I was so nervous, I was shaking. And he's like, Kevin, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. I'm fine, relax. And I'm like, okay, we're good, we're good. He went out and played incredible. We won in overtime. We won the next 3 games. We won the first 3 games of the next series. So all of a sudden, here we are in the playoffs. We just won 7 games in a row. We're on a roll. We beat New Jersey in the second round. And now we get to Buffalo in the conference finals. I'm just going to skip over that part real quick because now I work for the team. I've gotten in so many fights over the years with Sabre fans, and now I'd go to supermarkets and people would yell at me, that was our year, and I'd fight with them, but now I'm paid by them, so it was a great series, and we won in 7 games. But an incredible series, goes all the way to 7 games. We're actually down 2-1 going into the 3rd period of Game 7, and we win that series. We win the game 3-2 and win the series in 7. And now here we are. Rod Brind'Amour says to me in the locker room after the Buffalo series, he says, Kevin, that was the one. And I remember just looking at him thinking, okay, we're going to win the Stanley Cup. We play Edmonton. We win the first 2 at home. We go to Edmonton. We lose Game 3. And now Eric Staal, now keep this in mind, he's 20 years old. He had 100 points in the regular season, one of the top couple scorers in the league. He's leading the playoffs in scoring, but he hadn't scored in a few games, and he struggled a little bit. And he was feeling it. I mean, you can imagine the media pressure in the Stanley Cup Finals, especially when you're playing a Canadian team. It's building. They're all over him. He's exhausted. He's done. So I take him out to dinner the night before Game 4, and I just said, Eric, I said, we are winning the Stanley Cup. I said, whether you score a goal or not, we will win the Stanley Cup. I said, I'm happy if you do score, but you don't have to. We're going to do this as a team. This is what this team's been about all year. And I said, there's 22 other guys who get paid every 2 weeks that can chip in too. I said, relax, go play. And now I'm not telling you that because I did something special. I'm telling you that because that's what this group of 23 players was like. We looked out for each other. We were a team. We were a great team. And Eric happened to go out and have a goal and assist the next game, and we win Game 4. We head back to Raleigh for Game 5 with the Stanley Cup on the line. Dean Weaver was there. It was an incredible game. We get into overtime, we're on the power play, and I sat there and I said, I'm going to win the Stanley Cup right now. They pick out the pass, go on a breakaway, score. We lose in overtime, shorthanded goal. And I've been through a lot of tough things in sports, ups and downs, as all of you Hall of Famers can attest. But that was a feeling like I've never had in sports. I couldn't speak after. I just couldn't believe that just happened. We have to get on the plane, fly 6 hours the next morning to Edmonton, and we get crushed in Game 6. Just crushed. We lose 4-0. It was our worst game of the year. And to be honest, now I can say it, we didn't recover. We didn't recover from the Game 5 loss. We were not ourselves. And what I'm about to tell you now is the single greatest bit of leadership I've ever seen in my life. When I talk about greatness, this is greatness. After game 6, you get 5 minutes from when the horn goes till the media is allowed in the locker room. That's not much. We all get in there, no one's saying anything, no one's moving, no one's taking a piece of equipment off, just staring at the ground. And Rod Brindamore, who was not a vocal guy, but he was our leader, he was our captain, he stood up and he said, "This was the greatest thing that ever happened to us." He goes, "How often in life do you get a second chance or even a third chance to do something that you've dreamed your entire life about?" He said, "Guys, when you were on the pond, when you were a kid, you didn't win the Stanley Cup in game 5 or 6. You won the Stanley Cup in game 7. He said, "Think of all the people that have put hockey skates on in their life and skated around wishing they could win a Stanley Cup and dreaming of winning a Stanley Cup in game 7. He said, "We are going to go home, play in a game 7 of the Stanley Cup. We will remember for the rest of our lives, and we will raise the cup over our head." It was just an incredible rush that went through our team, and we actually started going, "Yes, I'm so happy we just lost." And the reporters came in ready to just kill us, and we said, "Yeah, bring it on, I'm glad, that was great." And they flew all our parents and our wives and everybody to Edmonton for this big celebration we were going to have, and we come out of the locker room and they're just like, they're dog-eyed, they're just staring at the ground. And I came up right up to my parents and wife and said, "I am so happy we just lost that game." My mom was the sweetest lady ever. She's like, "Kevin, you've lost your mind." But it was true. He changed, that individual greatness changed what our whole mindset was. We got on the plane, we flew home, we got up, and I have to tell you one quick story. I know we're getting late, but game 7, 10 in the morning, we're at the morning skate, and I remember Matt Cullen, a teammate of mine, coming up to me and said, "Kevin, is it normal for your resting heart rate to be 195? And I said, "I'm glad you said that, because I feel the same way. You're in a full sweat. You're trying to go through a normal day." But there was one edge we had. Besides what Roddy did, there was another edge we had. There is nothing quite like waking up in the morning knowing that you might be able to put the Stanley Cup over your head. There is, I don't know how to explain it, but now it was our 3rd time at that, and it was Edmonton's 1st. And I knew that was a huge, huge advantage. And we were home, and we went out and played an incredible game. It was our best game. I talked to our coach later, who said, he watches every game on video 5 times. He said, execution-wise, everything around it, that was the best game out of the 117 we played that year. And we won the Stanley Cup. And it's something that I'll have with me forever. And now that I'm the player development coach for the Buffalo Sabres, it's a lot of the lessons that I learned through my 13 years playing in the NHL that I bring daily with the guys that I work with. I'm so honored to have not just played, but to have been part of a great fraternity, which is the hockey world. I certainly achieved my dream of winning a Stanley Cup as a player, and now I'm on to my next mission of greatness, which is trying to win a Stanley Cup with the Buffalo Sabres and bring it back here to Western New York. So that's all I have tonight.